Okay, today we're actually gonna get on our sewing machine and sew the darts for the bodice, but I do have an update that I am not I'm not okay with, and I don't know what to do actually. Um so stay tuned for that because I just low-key want to cry, but I'm not gonna cry. Yeah. And if you're new here, my name is Jo Alexandra. I am an entrepreneur that's balancing a 9 to 5, also a wife and a boy mom, so juggling a lot. But let me get to my update first. Okay, so let me start from the beginning because so I looked in my pattern and I realized that I didn't have the instructions to go with the pattern. So there was no instructions at all anywhere in this pattern, like no instructions at all. So I was like, okay, that's kind of weird because I think I need the instructions because this is my first pattern ever. And I just need the instructions so that I know what to do first. But it was nowhere in here. So then I was like, okay, let me contact the company to find out from them what the instructions are, because what I noticed was there is no pattern for the skirt. So I'm thinking, oh, maybe like it's a simple pattern. Maybe I just have to cut a rectangle, or something like that. Maybe it's just real simple and the instruction has the answer. So I got the instructions from Simplicity, and the instructions said that I'm supposed to have a pattern for the skirt. The pattern is not in here. These are the patterns for the other dresses. It is not in there. So I just quickly realized that I have no pattern for the skirt, but I have already cut out the bodice, which the bodice is the top part of the dress. So now I got to figure out what I'm going to do. So I decided to, of course, one, do the darts because the darts have to be done. Like, you need darts, right? Two, I'm going to sew the top together. And then I'm going to figure out what to do. I'm going to figure out if I'm going to do like a skirt to attach to the top, or if I want to do shorts, or if I want to do pants. Because again, it may be a blessing in disguise because of the fact that I know that maybe a blessing in disguise because I know that it's not it's a semi-casual event. So I didn't need a semi-formal dress, which this is. So it may be a blessing in disguise, but me being a new sewer, it's going to be hard for me to figure this out. But you guys are going to figure this out with me because I almost panicked and I was like, oh, maybe I need to just buy a backup dress. But I'm just going to continue with the process and then kind of go from there and see what I'm going to do. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is prep my, I'm going to go ahead and prep my, my darts. And I actually saw this cool technique where basically what they do is so the darts I already marked them, as you can see. I saw this technique where what they do is they just pin all the way like between the two lines. So for example, let's see. So for example, they do like this, like you can see, and then they pin it through to the other line. I just want to make sure it's perfect. Hold on. Maybe I should start at the top So this will be it. Bear with me, bear with me. Okay, maybe I should start. The bottom should be easiest. Okay, so I pinned that one. Pin through the bottom piece. This is the bottom. And then what I'll do is I'll pin. I gotta be careful with this material. Then I'll pin through the other side. There we go. So that's the first pin. I think it's actually, the material's actually sharing already. Oh, that sucks. We're gonna keep on going. We're just gonna keep on going because if not, I'm going to freak out. Okay, so then I'm gonna get the other. There we go. Okay. And then this may take a while, so I'm gonna show you guys the result after. Okay, so I got everything prepped, as you can see, and I'm gonna add one at the top as well so that that can stay. There we go. So a couple things I have to do to actually prep my machine. The last needle I was using was actually the thickest needle, and I actually have to change it out. So I was using a 110 so before because I was sewing my cosmetic bag. Obviously this is satin, so it causes for a different type of needle. So first what I'm gonna do is change out the needle. And then I'm also going to change the thread because right now in the bobbin, the thread is actually a white thread or like a beige thread. So I'm gonna have to change that as well. So I have already inserted my needle in. Now I'm gonna go ahead and insert my bobbin. But first I'm gonna pick out the black that I'm going to use. I actually need a little tripod situation for this. But I have bobbin, all my threads here. So I got it from Gutterman. My teacher said this was the best thread to use. So I'm gonna go ahead and open it. All right, and I'm gonna use the black. So I see like a grayish, but I also see a black. So here's the black one here. Perfect. So as you guys can see, that's the black. And then I'm going to set up my bobbin so that I can thread it. Okay, dart reveal. Okay, let's see how I did. Okay, so this is the first dart. Looks good. Looks good. And then this is the second dart, which I kind of messed up a little bit here, but it still looks okay. I just have to see. Let me see what's going on in the back here. But it doesn't look bad. I just have to fix this part here. But I'm excited. This is good. So now I'm gonna go ahead and start sewing around the garment. So what I actually realized is I was supposed to iron it down. So now I'm gonna open my iron and iron it down and see if that makes a difference of how that looked, and then also cut all the seams. So, but I think that was the reason why it looked kind of funky. So I bought this travel iron and I'm gonna go ahead and put a towel down, or actually I can do it on my bed. So this is me unboxing. Let me just put the camera. Okay, so now I can see kind of the vision come to life. So you see the darts on both ends and I can see it. And it looks so cute. Now I gotta put it together. I'm actually really excited now. So obviously I have to put this together so the top like becomes an actual the top. And then I actually just remembered I have some pants and I want to see if I have some shorts and I want to see if this material actually matches the same as the shorts, because maybe if it's just me making a top and then I can wear these shorts that I have, but I have to see if I have my size. I don't know. Let's finish the top first and then we can kind of go from there. But before I sew the top, I actually have to mark 3/8, which is the seam allowance. So I'm literally gonna mark the seam allowance on each side because that is the seam allowance that the pattern uses as far as seam allowance. So I'm gonna take my I have to organize these drawers. Because I'm already frustrated with how they're organized right now. But I'm gonna take my tailor's chalk, and I used blue before, so I'll go ahead and use blue again. And then what I'll do is I'll take my ruler and mark where 3/8 is for the seam allowance. Okay, we're back. I had to take a little break, but now I'm actually going to end up putting the seam allowance, folding it back for the bottom as well as the top here, because I want to make it like much cleaner. Well, the top is fine because I'm sewing them actually together. But the bottom is something that is going to be open, so it needs like a clean seam. So what I'm gonna do is just take my pins. Where are all my pins actually? Oh, they're here. So I'm just gonna take my pins and start pinning everything across so that I can sew the bottom first. And I want to do a straight line just because I know that since I'm not doing like a dress, the pattern actually came where the line was kind of like there was like a little dip, but I think that's because the darts were in it and things like that. So I just got to now make sure that the line is straight and not crooked. And then I'll go ahead and sew across it. This is actually where the raw edge is. So it's kind of good that I'm just sewing in the raw edges. I'm actually very excited. We're finally getting somewhere. And I still gotta find those shorts to see if those shorts would actually work. But for now, but I also saw this dress this skirt situation, this two-piece set that I was like, oh, that would be cute if I could just do that. So I'm gonna have to figure out if I do that though. It's like a skirt set. So it was the same exact top, but it had a little more texture, but it was the same satin like material. And then it was like a skirt. It had like a little split in it. And I was like, huh, that would kind of be cute too. Like for a little split. But I don't know if I'm doing too much if I do a skirt with a split. Like the split was kind of deep, like all the way up the leg, which I don't think I'll go that crazy. Yeah, I don't think I'll go that crazy for it to be all on top of the leg. But I could do a little something, something. We will see. But the goal is to get the top right and make sure the top is right sewed. And then we go from there. I can try on the top and see what will make sense on the bottom. So let's go ahead and get to sewing. I'm doing the first flip over. So here's one seam and then the dart. And then here's the other seam with the dart. So I think I also am gonna have to iron everything, but I'm not completely done yet. So let's go ahead and try it on. Ooh. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna work out. Okay, let's try to do it this way. It might be too small for me, guys. Okay. So it might be a little too small because I can't even get it over. Maybe I should have added a zipper. Okay. So yeah, this is not gonna work out. So I'm gonna have to let out one of the sides and make it a little bit bigger. So I have room on this side. If you can see, this is the amount of seam allowance I had, because that is not going to work. It actually looks like it would be the perfect size for me, but I'm just struggling to put it on, especially because there's no zipper. We're gonna figure something out. Okay, I still have to do some cleaning up because like the threads are everywhere, but I did want to like kind of see how this will fit. But the thing is, I need to make a decision on what to do as far as if I need a zipper or if I need something stretchy like a elastic in it. But yeah, this doesn't even fit, y'all. what to do. I really don't know what to do. That don't fit. And it's not going to fit. There's no fitting this. I kind of want to cry a little bit, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to have to figure out a plan B, because honestly, like, if I think about it, something's telling me that this is not it. And I'm just going to listen to that. And I just hate because I wasted all of that time, but it's just everything leading up to it was not working in my favor. For example, like the whole fact that I can't find, there's no skirt in there, and now the fact that it doesn't fit, and then I don't know what I was gonna do additionally to, like, if I was gonna do a skirt or dress or whatever. So that just tells me that I just need to not force it and just let it be what it is, and go with the plan B. And the plan B may not be me plan B may not be just buying another dress. It's just, maybe it's me making something else. And I'm trying to find the actual fabric. Here it is, the rest of the fabric that I have left, to see if I can go with my original plan. And my original plan was to drape a dress onto myself. And I think I have enough fabric to do it. So this is the amount of fabric I have left. And the idea was to create an asymmetrical dress, which I can 100% do. Or let me just put you guys down really quick. So this is the fabric I have left. So obviously it's kind of wonky though, because as you can see, like, the fabric I have left is like this, but this is the goal. So what I can do is drape a dress around me, right? And I still have enough fabric to do it. See, like, this is gorgeous. And I didn't even do anything. Obviously I need a little pocket right here. This is just gonna be what it is, okay? No. Oh my God, okay, that is gonna be the plan. I'm just gonna stick to that and just call it a day. I'm just so, like, annoyed with this. I'm just so annoyed that I just wasted all my time on this. But I may just try to make it something else. Maybe if I can have it be a purse or something. Maybe I can sew a little purse. I don't know. I don't even know. Okay, this is the end of this video because I'm already frustrated. Oh my God, I can't. Okay, I just want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for following this process. We're not giving up. We're just going to pivot. And unfortunately, I wasted, like, mad fabric over this. But I'm just going to try to make it into something. But, you know, this is about the process. And this is just the process. You learn from it. And, you know, this is my first time sewing. Or sewing an actual garment. So it's okay. It's okay. Anyways, as you guys know, I'm doing an April challenge, and we are I am posting videos every single day in the month of April. So come back for the next video to see exactly what's going to happen and what I'm going to do next.